I like his perseverance. I like his presence on the field. But, sooner or later, you got to be a good thrower in the NFL to make it really work. So we'll see how it goes.
He's ready. Fantastic here. I got to tell you here, guys.
Thanks, Nicole.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Phil, thank you so much, and happy holidays to your brother for coming on.
Oh, all right. It was, I am a computer challenged, and I was ready to smash my computer, but I finally did it. And I'm a mess. So there's a picture of me, which, whatever it is. But how you doing, Dan?
All good, man. Hopefully you had a great holiday. Hey, Phil, I know that, man, listen, we all had a relationship in some way or another. I want to start it here because I want to show respect to Coach Madden. I mean, I know that you worked, I think you probably at the beginning of your career probably worked with Sandy Grossman, who was there at CBS at the beginning. And, we're both dear friends with Sean McManus, and Sean was heartbroken when the news came yesterday that Coach Madden had passed away. Just some of your thoughts on Coach and what he meant to the CBS family, because him and Pat Summerall, it wasn't just a broadcast team. It was really what the NFL was all about and what CBS has been a staple for the NFL, especially the NFC.
Well, no, I never worked at CBS with John. When I got to CBS after my playing career, I was at NBC first.
Okay.
Then they lost football, and then so I went to CBS. So, but, John covered and Pat Summerall covered, I don't know how many games. I mean, I'll go low and say at least 50 and all through the years. But we saw him a lot. There were times I saw him 3, 4, 5 weeks in a row because we're playing who? Oh, Washington, San Francisco, you name it, Dallas when they got hot in the late 80s, 90s, early 90s, whatever. So we saw him a lot. It was always good, Dan. When John Madden showed up at practice, which he always came to, it brought an energy to our field because everybody knew John Madden. Oh, he hits a big game. And, guys would try to show off in front of him. And he had free reign on our sideline in practice. Bill Parcells liked him, trusted him. We all did. And John Madden could do anything when he came to practice. He could talk to players, walk on the field, Pat Summerall too. And so it was a lot of good times, a lot of great production meetings, which I had a lot of fun in because I would tell them everything, what we're going to do. I would get on the board and draw up plays for them and show them how we're going to do it. And they go, oh, now what are you doing here? What's your read? I'd tell them and explain them. I said, look, we're going to do this. This is going to score a touchdown. This one to do this. So that was a lot of fun too. And to see them come home sometimes and watch a game, the replay of it, and see how they knew what was going on because we told them that they did a great job of giving that to the fans.
Absolutely. My first NFL game was after the strike in 87. It was Bears and Bucks. And my grandfather goes, holy crap, you got Summerall and Madden. And I'm like, oh my God, no doubt, man. I mean, it was like a highlight of my career having Keith Jackson call my Hurricane games and also having John Madden call my first NFL game. I want to take you to the Eagles here. That's kind of the team that I've been covering lately, Phil.
Right.
Are you sold that Jalen Hurts has passed the audition to be the future quarterback of the Eagles?
Am I sold completely? I think every time I think I'm sold, then they come up and I only watch the little game. I haven't had a chance to really study the game, which I will with the Giants. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. But just what I watched in the studio, he threw the ball terrible in the first half of the game. And you just go, wow, where was the guy that I watched last week and everything? But he played much better in the second half. To answer your question, no, I'm not sold. I want to see these last two games, see if they can get in the playoffs, whatever. But just I got to see more. That's, we all jump to conclusions. Oh, Dak's in a slump. Oh, they're winning games. I don't know if that's a slump. And we judge every quarterback week to week. I try not to do that. I don't do that. But let's see how the rest of the season goes. And too, Dan, the big thing is what's going to be out there when the season's over. I don't mean Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson right now is going to play for 26 new teams. Everybody, oh, let's get Russell. Yeah. Oh, yeah, just go get him. It's easy. It's really easy to do those things. But we'll see. But it's just about what how the quarterback market moves maybe when the year's over. I don't think Jalen Hurts has to worry much about the draft, but we'll see where it goes. But it's been a good start. He's a tough kid. He's determined. I'll tell this story real quick. I'm watching Oklahoma. For some reason, I was on Twitter maybe, and there was Jalen Hurts after a game, okay, squatting 500 pounds. 500. And it was real. And I go, this guy is so determined, and he's going to make it. I talked to people at Alabama. Do you think he'll move to another position? They go, no way. He's going to be a quarterback, and went to Oklahoma, cleaned his skills up a little bit. That was a really boost to him. He needed that. Got drafted in the second round. So I like his perseverance. I like his presence on the field. But, sooner or later, you got to be a good thrower in the NFL to make it really work. So we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. How about this one, Phil? I mean, let's go to the coach here. As you know, there's never an easy transition going from one job to another. I don't care what profession you're in.
Sure.
And then by week 8, how about this? The Eagles have won now 6 of the last 8 ball games. And Nick Sirianni looks like, again, and I love the tough coaching. He gets in his ass, Jalen Hurts, on the sidelines because he's being a little reckless with the ball.
Right.
He's calling people out here a little bit. Fletcher Cox is saying something about the coordinator. The defense has been great since week 8. I mean, Sirianni's had a hell of a season this year, don't you think? I mean, and look what they've done here. It looks like they're on the cusp. They've got the Washington team this weekend, and they finish up with Dallas at the Link. How do you think he's done as a coach this year?
He's done really well. I like how they've transitioned the offense more and more. I mean, the running game has gotten a little more precise and a little more unpredictable. And, they got many ways to get, the zone read. We got an extra blocker. We can outnumber them. I love all that. Everybody talk, they're outnumbered. Well, let's just run it every play because you got them outnumbered, Dan. And that's the whole key. God, you just can't stop it. Yeah, my butt, you can't stop it. But look, they're a big offensive line. They do a lot of things on offense. They give him a lot of easy throws. I like that. And that's always the key to every quarterback in the league. Hey, Patrick Mahomes gets 10 layups every game. We don't talk about that, but he does. And Nick Sirianni's done a really good job. I love his presence on the sideline. And, he's not afraid to hurt the quarterback's feelings by yelling at him. Oh, my God. These players, you just can't do these things. Oh, please, everybody, be quiet. Forge a relationship with your guys. You're a player. Forge a relationship, and you know where to take it to with every guy on your team. It's not that hard, and I think he's done a great job, and I love that his relationship with Jalen Hurts is he can get on him. And Jalen Hurts, he had a great interview after the game. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. And the way he explained the play and the things he missed, I was like, that's how you and me watch the game, Phil. I don't think fans watch the game like that, but I was like, that was so well described on the things that he has to get better at. I've never heard a quarterback do that, actually.
Well, he's determined. He's honest. And, he's been out there in the public eye ever since he went to Alabama. And I remember seeing him his first year going, oh, my gosh. I just cringed when he threw the ball. And now to see him in the NFL having success throwing the ball just says a lot about him and how he was coached growing up. Like he said, man, my father, I had to get in the car and he'd yell at me the whole way home or whatever he said. It was really funny. I loved it. And but it sure hasn't affected him. He's done a great job. He's just so big and strong. That's the thing that really impresses me about him. He is different from other mobile quarterbacks. This guy runs with power, and when he loses a little speed, he'll still be an effective runner, which I think when I look at Lamar and Kyler, whatever you look at, well, if they start to lose speed, they're not going to have the same effectiveness because, Jalen's just a different dude and built differently. I mean, come on, he's built like a running back.
Yeah, he is.
Wow. He's got the greatest set of legs I've ever seen on a quarterback in history, I swear.
Yeah, no, he looks like he's built like Darren Sproles a little bit here. Let me add Sirianni's name to this. I've picked 3 coaches here. Maybe you can add Belichick into the conversation too. 2 weeks left in the season. I think it comes down to these next 2 weeks. But Brian Flores, Nick Sirianni, or Mike Vrabel, are my three guys for the NFL Coach of the Year. Flores, first coach in NFL history, 7-game losing streak, 7-game win streak. Sirianni, we just talked about. Vrabel loses Derrick Henry in week 8, and they're still like in the 3-hole in the AFC. It's remarkable. Of those three guys, who you've been more impressed with?
Wow. Well, I've been very impressed with Nick Sirianni. I want to say that. Brian Flores, I'm a big fan.
Me too.
I like the way he handles, it's probably been a little bit of a transition for a lot of guys, but he's tough, demanding. I love that. And, they're really, let's be honest, it's the way to get it done. Even quiet guy. I covered Tony Dungy for many years in Indianapolis. Tony Dungy never raised his voice, but there was an unbelievable aura around him. And players didn't want to disappoint him. All those things. So he had great command. And you talk about all these guys, that's kind of what they have. I've really been impressed with Nick Sirianni, though, just the way I like his press conferences. I like the way he answers questions. I like the way he handles the players. And so that's been awesome. And who I'm sorry, I get talking.
I said Vrabel, and yeah. I said Mike Vrabel. The job he's done in Tennessee has been pretty remarkable.
Well, we did an interview with Mike Vrabel. He said something that really caught me. He goes, listen, when I became a head coach, I thought I was going to be the X and O genius, and that's what we're going to do. And he goes, I realized, that's important, but your connection to the players is the most important. And he does a great job of that. I mean, listen, they're going to be tough. I mean, and I seen coaching the defense during the game. They got a great crowd down there in Tennessee, but he connects to those players. You can see it. I know they like him. What player would not like playing for Mike Vrabel? He's behind you. He's against everybody else. They were having our funeral down. I mean, he plays every card into the emotion of the players, and I truly love that when I watch him. And don't let Tennessee get home field advantage if they get it, because Kansas City's got 2 pretty tough games coming up. If they get it, look out. That's a tough place to go down and try to win a game.
No question about it there. Phil, New York Giants, are they going to draft a quarterback in the upcoming NFL draft?
No. Who are they going to draft, Dan? Tell me. Give me one right now.
No, I think I don't see anything in the draft.
No,
you think they go free agent?
No. They might bring in somebody that's maybe gives them a little more, they look at it and say, hey, he's a better backup than Mike Glennon. I don't know what Mike Glennon's status is with the football team, but, for a backup quarterback, usually if you don't go in and make it happen, your days are numbered with the team. And I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the way it is. So I don't think I'd be very surprised. And this, if you draft somebody in the first or second round, then that's all we're going to hear about. Ugh. I mean, my God, in New York, we got to see Jake Fromm. Put Jake Fromm in. Yeah, okay, let's go get the 4th quarterback from Buffalo off their practice squad, and he's the guy. It's amazing to listen to Mike White. Here comes Zach Wilson back for the Jets. I want to see a little more of Mike White to see what we got. Hey, the second pick of the draft is Zach Wilson. I can see that he's got tremendous talent. Not talent, tremendous talent. Let's let him try to do this, okay? But it's crazy how they go. But I just think the Giants will stay with Daniel Jones, and man, it's going to be, that's all it's going to be about. So he's got to gear up and get ready for it and get himself ready, and he's got to get tougher. He's got to get back to throwing the ball the way he did in year 2. I didn't think he threw it as well this year, and just know that this is going to be a rough ride, and get in there and fight it. And I think he can do it. I think he has the talent, so we'll see.
Hey, Phil, you're so perfect to talk to on this. I try to explain to people, and I just want you to convey this. I want this to set into people. Aaron Rodgers has thrown over 440 touchdown passes in 17 years, okay?
Right.
Sat a couple years behind Favre. He's not thrown 100 picks
I know, it's ridiculous.
In those 17 years. Phil, I don't think the average fan understands how insane that number is on his touchdown to interception ratio. Phil, he may not be the greatest winner of all time, but this guy's the greatest thrower of the football. And Phil, don't disrespect whoever you think. Even Joe, I mean, Am I wrong when I'm saying that? This guy's amazing.
Well, yeah, I think he's the greatest thrower of the football I've ever seen. And, everybody goes, oh, well, Tom Brady. I go, okay, let's all relax. I didn't, we're not getting into, he's the win. I just, look, that's why he's thrown so few interceptions. One, he's very careful. He has the ability to play the game and not take chances. And, and it's not even that. He just makes so many great throws in a game. Just like the other night when they played Cleveland, he dropped 2 or 3 into the bucket down the sideline. I mean, they were beautiful. And yeah, you go, oh, well, all NFL quarterbacks can do it. No, they can't. He does it on a consistent basis. And then he can analyze fast and throw back shoulders like nobody else in the league. Nobody. And he's a good athlete, but it really comes down to this, Dan. His control of the football is so outstanding. It really is like he's throwing a baseball out there instead of a football. Now, he's got hands that are unbelievable, flexible, long, and he's long armed, big shouldered. He's God put him on earth to throw, and he is sure taking advantage of it. But a tremendous decision maker, will paper cut you to death with short passes, and then the next thing you know, there goes a 30-yard laser down the field. Have you seen him throw a football that's not a perfect spiral?
I've never seen that.
The ball is spinning so hard. And let me tell you a real quick story. I'm at their training camp year 3 in Green Bay. I think I'm doing a preseason game. I was up there for a couple of days. So they're practicing, and I'm talking to Ted Thompson, the general manager. But I'm watching the field. So I'm talking to Ted, but I got my right eye on the field. And I go, oh, my God, what a throw by Brett Favre. And I go, oh, that was Aaron Rodgers. And then he walks over the sideline, and I said, hey, Aaron, Phil Simms. He goes, hey, Phil, good to see you. I know who you are. I said, hey, man, you are throwing the ball awesome. I mean, like, what have you done? He goes, man, I forgot exactly what he said. I just become really natural, just kind of letting it go, and told me some things. I went, it's working. Because, when he came in the league, he had that Jeff Tepper thing. Let's sit it on my right shoulder like it's a server in a restaurant.
Yeah, shot put.
Oh, my God. That was the dumbest thing ever. And I'm sorry, Jeff. You had great success with guys, but it didn't help their throwing. I know that. But it just didn't. And, of course, you don't see anybody, we're making the motion tighter and shorter. You're making it more uncomfortable and non-athletic, but whatever. But his changes have been natural, and that's how he plays. Everything. I don't know what else to say. I can't say anything else great about him and he doesn't get hit. Why? Because he can fall backwards and throw the ball for real. He throws most of his passes off his right foot. He doesn't even try to follow through because his arm is so good. He can just whip it out there and get rid of it in a heartbeat. And it's been fun to watch. But I thought I would never see a thrower like Dan Marino and Brett Favre ever again in my life. And now we're seeing them. You're seeing more and more guys that have reached that status where they're great throwers, and he's the best.
Absolutely. Phil, I'll tell you this, man. My 2 favorite people on Sunday are Jimmy Johnson and Phil Simms. And I go back and forth. I got both of you guys on my screen. I figured it out. My wife showed me. She goes, hey, don't tweet that out, man, because Phil's your boy too. And I'm like, she goes, let me show you split screen. So, me, I'm Italian. I don't really know much about buttons and such. So she shows me. She goes like this, here. And so I'm watching both pregame shows now, and I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I have no idea about buttons, man. All I know is red button tells me I'm on the air. Push the off button, making sure that I'm off. Phil, I love you, man. I'm thanking you so much for finding time for me today. You're one of our dearest friends here for our show. Thank you so much, brother, and have a happy new year.
I will. And listen, I figured it out how to work the computer. So, keep in touch. A lot of good things to talk about as we go forward because the playoffs are coming. It's going to be exciting. And look forward to talking to you again, man. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Have a happy new year, Phil. Thank you, brother. That is Phil Simms. Okay, so, hey, love Phil Simms, man. Yeah. Man, that's good stuff here, too. Hey, Jay Glazer is going to come on. By the way, we're off Thursday and Friday. Unless Xander or Big Joe has something up their sleeves. I don't know yet, maybe. So am I right, Xander, when I say that, right? Okay, I think so. Okay. I think that we're all good there. I think it's going to be, hey, how about this? So I better say this now. Guys, you may I think this Washington game is going to be a very, 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 very tough game. Ready? 29-23. Eagles. 29-23 Eagles. You run your record then. Okay? You run your record then. Wow, man, to 9-7. And with a shot at being 10-7 and a 10-win NFL season. How crazy is that? Okay? What'd you make of that Oh, by the way, Michigan, Cincinnati? Michigan, Cincinnati, son, ain't happening. Michigan's going to make that game close, but I'm going to take I'm going to take Bama and Georgia in the finals. All right, guys, I really appreciate you guys. Have a great new year. We'll see you on the flip side Monday.